You know, ladies and gentlemen, one of the ways that I think Senator Kennedy's life can be measured is the kind of people that he was able to surround himself with. Everyone who has been a part of this library knows that Teddy had one friend who stuck with him from the first day he ran until his last day in office. And that was the fellow who he selected to give that last talk. Let's just give Paul Kirk a big round of applause for the wonderful job that he does. Thank you, Paul. You know, I just wanted to take a brief moment to thank each and every one of you for being here this evening. I wanted to thank you because every person in this audience was touched by Ted Kennedy in one way or another. All of you know the kind of person he was, what he stood for, and how he looked out after one very, very large family. But he could only do that. He could only do that because of the kindness and generosity of his own family. And to Vicki, who in these last few days has shown a kind of grace and dignity and love and character that is simply beyond belief. And Vicki, I don't know where you are, but where is she? We just, really, thank you very much. And to Teddy and Kiki, who I love so much, and their whole family, little Teddy and Kylie, Cara with Max and Grace, and my good friend Patrick, who does such a terrific job in following his father's footsteps. Patrick, thank you. And to Curran and Caroline, who have welcomed us as we have welcomed them. We just so appreciate the kindness and the love. You know, it's very difficult to share a father with as big a family as the Kennedys are. You know, every single one of my brothers and sisters needed a father. And we gained one through Uncle Teddy. Caroline and John were no different. The Smiths lost their father. The truth of the matter is that for so many of us, we just needed someone to hang on to. And Teddy was always there to hang on to. He had such a big heart. And he shared that heart with all of us. But Teddy and Patrick and Cara, we want to let you know that we understand how much you gave to allow us to be cared for. And you had to share. You had to share. So we just want to say thank you. We just want to say thank you to Teddy's entire family. But you know, every time I come to this library, I love to see the remembrances of my father and Uncle President Kennedy, and now we'll be able to come here and remember Teddy. But of all the exhibits and the different aspects of this library, the one that I most appreciate is one that we can't see right at the moment, but it's right around the corner, and it is the one thing outside of this building, and that is the Victura, which most of you know as a boat that President Kennedy owned. From my point of view, that was Teddy's boat. And if you ever knew how many races, because my father went out and bought me a boat, bought my mother a boat, which I kind of tried to grab, but nevertheless, that I was then supposed to go out and race against Teddy. Every single weekend, on Saturday and Sunday, I would see the butt end of that boat going over the horizon, and I'd be, Teddy always came in first, second, or third. I like to think that I came in first, second, or third. The difference was I was third from the last, second from the last, or just dead last. The truth is that I just wanted to share with you a little story that I thought just, to me, captured who Teddy is. So, the reason that boat is out here in front of this library was the one time that I ever beat Teddy. We're on this race course in Hyannisport, and one of the crew says, "Hey, I actually think we're overtaking your uncle." And I went, "Oh my God, I can't believe it." So we got up next to him, and of course the reason why we were catching him was because he was up to his belly button in water because the seams of the boat had opened up and the boat was sinking. So we finally passed Teddy, my one victory, and after the race, he came up to me and he said, "Listen, you don't have a boat, I don't have a boat. Maybe what we should do is get together and we'll buy a boat together. And then on one weekend, and one day of the weekend, I'll crew for you," which was going to be interesting. "And on the other day of the weekend, you crew for me." And the same was true for little Teddy and Patrick. So that was it. Me, Teddy, little Teddy, and Patrick. So off we go, and the boat we start to race this boat, nonstop. And then we get to the biggest race of the year, and there's like 40 boats. And we get up that morning, and it is a full-blown gale. I mean, so it is blowing like stink. And we get up there, and they call the race off, and then all the skippers get together and they say, "Okay, well, we'll put the race back on." Now, the race starts so that we're going downwind, which means those big colorful sails called a spinnaker are out in front. We start the race, and it's about 5 miles to the first mark. I thought something was a little strange when the only boat in the entire fleet that set a spinnaker was ours. And I thought maybe they know something that we don't. And well, anyway, we came to find it out. So we start down towards the first mark, and we are now ahead because we have this whole other sail. So we have this huge advantage, and we are ahead by a country mile. And I am so happy. I am the happiest guy in the history of sailboat racing. What I haven't bothered to tell Big Teddy, Little Teddy, or Patrick is that I can't steer the boat at all. Because that boat is going wherever the wind's going to take it. And I look out about 500 yards, and there is this like 15-foot high bell buoy. And we are headed right for it. And then it's 200 yards. And then it's 100 yards, and Teddy looks around at me and goes, "Hey, don't you think we should turn a little bit?" I go, "I'm trying." We hit that buoy. I mean,